I had a good time. I don't know if I'd go back though, because it's just really
You
intense.
just said you had a good time. Oh, did I just hear about some laziness right
I don't
there?
know if it's laziness.
It's too hard. It's too hard, so I can't go back. Too difficult for me.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our carcast.
Yeah, welcome back. We've got Sana, Barry, Coco. What a carcast is we drive through, enjoy the scenes while you enjoy our conversation. Kind of like a podcast.
Kind of like a podcast indeed. Today we are in downtown Los Angeles, okay?
Yeah, fun fact, both Sana and I used to work in downtown.
It's true. Actually, in the buildings right next to each other.
Yeah, we're gonna pass by later and we'll spot it out. But there's a lot of cool sites in downtown, which is pretty fun. What's kind of interesting about downtown LA is that typically you think of the downtown area as like the iconic spot of the city, like in New York, Manhattan downtown, like that is New York.
Facts.
But in LA, it's not quite like when people think of LA, they think of the beach, they think of like other part, like a Hollywood sign, like all the parks.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily think of downtown, and a lot of people say that downtown is kind of the dead part of LA.
Yeah, like the more or the less desirable location to live. So you'll actually find in a ton of these high-rises that have beautiful views of LA, rent is actually relatively cheap compared to other parts of LA. So pretty surprising. But yeah, lots of cool spots. This is where you'll see the last bookstore. There's Grand Market, which has really cool like food vendors.
Grand Central Market.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
It's in one of the scenes of my favorite movie, La La Land.
It's true. It's true. Wait, which scene?
When Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are like having their little fun adventures throughout LA, they stop by in Grand Central Market.
Oh, that's when they're eating. They're eating something. What are they eating?
I think there was like some tacos maybe, and then there was like there's Angel's Flight, which is like this tram.
Yes.
There's like this orange tram. We'll pass by. We'll see.
And apparently there's like a little slide on top of one of the tallest buildings here, where it's like a complete glass slide, so you can like see all of LA. But apparently it's like the most dead thing of all time. Because you go down the slide from... Wait, you did it, right?
I did,
yeah. You very did it.
It's called the Sky Space Tower. And it's at the top of like a 72-floor building. And it's kind of... They advertise that, you know, you can ride a slide down the tallest building in LA. And it's like, wow, that's going to be sick. So my work company, we had like a little work event where we got to do it. And I thought I'd be flying down 72 flights of stairs through a slide. But it turned out to be just 3 flights of stairs. So it was just from like the 72nd floor, I think, to the 69th floor. And it lasts about 8 seconds. So you lose $30 in 8 seconds. And it's like, wow, okay, that was not worth it.
That's just plain sad, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're out here. This is July 4th weekend. Also, more importantly, Algerian Independence Day, July 5th, now. So it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of Independence Days in the month of July.
Yeah.
You got American Independence Day, Algerian Independence Day, Egyptian Independence Day is also in July. I'm sure there's a lot more that I'm missing as well.
Okay, I guess July's the month for independence.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And
really quick, by the way, I was just thinking of a fun fact again about the Sky Space Tower. So that building wasn't always the tallest building in LA. There used to be another building that was the tallest building in LA. And then the Sky Space, the place that the slide was in, that became the tallest building in LA when it was built. And so the other building that originally had the title was so petty that they built like this, like maybe like 15 feet little like a metal needle on top of their roof so that they could regain the title. So like they're just battling for like the tallest building in LA. And we'll see which building gets to maintain that title for a longer time.
That's some petty-ish right there. It's kind of like an LA vibe right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, look, Cities of Los Angeles.
What's
kind of fun. You know those like little signs where it shows you how many miles away random cities around the world are from here?
That's crazy.
I love those things. I don't know, like the basic girl in me is just like, yes.
We're 6,789 miles from Taipei.
We're basically neighbors, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on this extended weekend, I decided to bring Barry for the first time to Barry's Bootcamp. I freaking love Barry's Bootcamp. And now they're allowing vaccinated individuals to no longer wear masks, which means I can actually work out. If I work out at Barry's Bootcamp with a mask on, I might die. So I just haven't gone in like a year and a half. But I brought Barry. And it felt fitting because his name's Barry. It's called Barry's Bootcamp.
It was a fun
started
time.
in West Hollywood. Fun fact.
That was probably the best workout I've had in over a year, to be honest. It was pretty intense. I burnt like, I don't know, 700 calories in less than an hour. It was
He was wilding. He went on the treadmill portion. So Barry's Bootcamp, for those who don't know, it's a HIIT class. So it's high intensity interval training. And what that means is you basically do rounds of like repetitive motions. Mm-hmm. Half of it's on the treadmill, the other half is like strength workouts. So it's a nice little mix, okay? On the treadmill portion, you go on different levels. And Barry, for his fastest speed was 15.2 miles per hour. Like, what the front door? What the? That is so fast. Like, he was going hard. That was his first time. This is like my 30th time. The most I've done is like maybe 11.
I gotta shout out the two guys next to me. When I was on the treadmill, there was one guy. Both of them were doing like pretty fast speeds as well. They were hitting like 15. At the end of the class, the instructor was like, all right, give it all. Let's see who can get the highest number on their treadmill. And the guy next to me had 15, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna lose to this guy. So
just like random competition.
I hit 15.2. It reminded me of a lot of rowing practice back in the day.
Rowing practice.
When I was in the rowing team in college.
Barry's Bootcamp and rowing.
Yeah, we would do a lot of like training sessions indoor on an erg machine. Everyone's lined up, everyone's in sync, and it's that camaraderie feeling really gets the best out of you. And so that was cool. I had a good time. I don't know if I'd go back though, because it's just really intense.
You just said you had a good time. Oh, did I just hear about some laziness right
I don't know if it's laziness.
It's too hard. It's too hard, so I can't go back. Too difficult for me.
Oh,
okay, Coco's licking my toes.
She has a foot fetish.
I'm so confused. Why are you licking my toes?
Coco loves feet.
Get out from there. Okay, so Barry's lazy. And the best part of the day was, so he's checking in. This is Barry's first time. So she's the person at the front desk was checking in Barry, making an account for him. She goes, first and last name? He goes, Barry? Barry? And I'm like, did you just spell out your name for an employee at Barry's Bootcamp? Barry's Bootcamp.
Because the reason is, sometimes when I tell people my name is Barry, and they'll spell it with an E, Berry. That just, I'm not a fruit.
Who does that?
Some people just...
Who does that? Barry's a very common name.
Yeah, but some people just spell out the fruit, and I'm like, I'm with an A, not an E. But you're right. It is Barry's Bootcamp.
Yeah, it's Barry's Bootcamp.
They would have known. That was pretty silly on my end.
So that was very humorous. I just looked at him. I looked at the employee. Her face did not change at all. But I wonder what was running through her mind at the moment.
Yeah.
As soon as you get the pun, running through her mind. Please
That's
laugh.
Terrible.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay. I'll never speak again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Got my carrot juice again today. This is key.
Carrot juice, gross.
It's one of those things that is safe for vegan week. We have an upcoming video where we're going to show you what it's like being vegan for a week, but more on that later.
Yeah. Day one is right now. Still feeling energized. And, one important thing about any downtown portion of any city is really public transportation. Am I right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I used to use public transportation to get to work in downtown when I used to live outside downtown. I would take the bus every morning and come through. But I'm not a huge fan of public transportation just because you got to work on the schedule. Like if you're a few minutes late, then you got to wait for the next bus or the next train. But yeah, the public transportation, I don't know. Do you think it's going to get better and better over time in LA?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're trying, but LA's just so large. Yeah. It's a very large city.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how difficult it is to really expand it and make it accessible for everyone. It just seems a little difficult, but you never know. You never know. Am I right?
Yeah, it's very much a car city here. I mean, yeah, it makes me wonder about the future of transportation because now electric vehicles are a thing. And even now,
what's an electric vehicle?
Electric vehicle?
Yeah, what's that?
It's when you get to plug in your car to an outlet.
Oh, like my phone.
Yeah, that's cars are becoming like phones.
Never heard of it. Never.
Yeah, but like imagine 20 years back from now, you said that you could plug in your car to an electric outlet. People would be like, "What are you talking about? That's insane." Mm-hmm. I wonder what it's going to be like 20 years from now. Like, is that really going to be the norm?
Like, honestly, you mean like vehicles?
Yeah, like, or like, you know, are gas cars going to become so obsolete to the extent like VHS tapes are obsolete? Like, is it really going to be gone very quickly? I mean, the world moves fast. You never know.
I mean, I totally see what you're saying. I do think that gas vehicles slowly will become less of the norm, or at least hybrid cars will become more of the norm. Yeah. Like vehicles, gas vehicles won't be like super high in production anymore. Yeah, it'll be more about like the hybrid and the EV. Yeah, and who knows? Like I could totally see cars that could like hover over the air, like let's say 20 feet over the air. So they're not exactly flying, but more like hovering, like the.
You know what that's called?
What?
Helicopters.
No, those helicopters can fly. Like, I'm saying the vehicle can't, like, fly and shoot in the sky to, like, 200 feet. I'm saying that they're just, like, floating. So then we can have, like, vertical lanes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the first step to that would be able to get drone-like vehicles that aren't so loud. Because I think that's the main issue.
Drones are so loud.
To get something to hover, it's so loud. Helicopters are super loud. Drone cameras are super loud. That's
drone cameras are loud? Like, the camera itself, that's the loud part?
Like, the drone, like, the whirring.
Honestly, yeah, you're right.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
So
I'm available.
What would you say are the 5 most popular car makes in Los Angeles that you see right now? Like when you just drive around, like what are the most popular car makes? I'm
gonna go ahead and say the first thing that came to mind, the most popular vehicle across Los Angeles, I think, is definitely a Toyota Prius.
Okay.
Like, I have zero doubt in my mind.
So
Toyota,
the make is Toyota. All right.
Yeah.
What's your next 4?
4?
Yeah, top 5.
4. Oh, I thought you said top 3, bro. Now I got 3.
I'll help you out. I think Toyota for sure.
Yeah.
Honda for sure.
Hondas, yeah. Maybe
Ford. You got a bunch of Fords.
Got a bunch of Ford. Jeep. What's Jeep again?
Yeah, Jeep is one.
But Jeep is part of Ford,
It's
right?
part of Dodge.
Oh, it's part of Dodge.
Dodge, Jeep, and Chrysler are all the same.
Yeah.
So let's just say Dodge.
Okay.
I think Dodge is the biggest out of that. So that's...
I would say...
Toyota, Honda, Dodge, Ford.
What about Hyundais or Teslas?
Hyundais?
Hyundais, yeah, or Teslas.
Hyundais or Teslas? I think we're biased that we see a lot of Teslas and we think it's that popular. Like, is it really that popular? I don't know. Maybe it is. Would you put it in the top 5?
Maybe not the top 5. Not the top 5. You're
I mean,
right.
let's look around. We got a Toyota and a Honda over there.
That is very fulfilling. I mean,
what's this bus? This orange bus here?
I don't think we think about that.
Okay. All right, let's throw in Tesla, I guess. All right, we'll throw in Tesla.
Yeah.
It's probably biased, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a little biased. Let's live a little bit, guys.
Now think 20 years from now. Okay. What's your guess? We'll watch this video 20 years later, and we'll see if we're right. What do you think is the new? This
is the moment of truth.
What do you think is the new top 5?
The new top 5, man. You're making me think. I think Tesla definitely would be higher.
Okay, so Tesla's in there. Tesla made it.
Honda and Toyota are gonna stay. That's such a.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, why are they gonna leave? These have been like the most popular cars for so long.
Because I don't think they specialize in electric vehicles. I mean, I guess Toyota has like the Prius, which is like a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a hybrid, right?
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
But I think companies like Tesla are going to make more economical EV vehicles to the extent that they're just going to run the ones that are slow to the game, just run them to the ground, and we'll go out of business. Oof. I think it's going to be a new wave of vehicles, like
a totally new brand.
Yeah, like stuff that we can't even predict right now. Like 20 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a company we've never heard of.
True.
That's in that top 5. So I'll say Toyota. I mean, I'll say Tesla. I think that company Lucid is going to be... Actually, that's a luxury car. I don't know.
No, I mean, like, Toyota and, like, Hondas, they're, like, the affordable ones. They will be able to adapt.
Yeah, they
are. And come out with electric vehicles.
But, like, think 50 years back. 50 years back, I don't think Toyotas were up there. I mean, because there were other more affordable cars. Like, I think the times will change.
I mean, okay, well, let's see what it is. Okay, what about 20 years from now? What are, like, new, like, car features that you think will come about? Like, I already predicted that we'll have vertical lanes so cars can hover over other cars.
I think self-driving will just be the norm. I think every car will be equipped with self-driving, so that most of the time you don't have to drive at all.
Oof, yeah.
I'll make my 5 list just based on very limited knowledge, but I will say the Tesla Fisker is going to come up.
Okay.
Lucid will come up. NIO will be a Chinese EV company that makes their way to the United States.
I don't know that one.
And Polaris. Polaris is that one with that cross brand that we see.
I don't know.
It's like a star.
I don't know.
It's like a cross.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I've never heard of this.
Polaris. Anyway, I really think like 20 years from now, it's just going to be a bunch of EV specialty companies that are taking over. They're going to get everything from like the economical vehicles all the way to the luxury vehicles. I'm excited to see. what's going to happen.
I'm pretty excited. Okay, well, so you think self-driving vehicles and essentially electric vehicle primary companies are the future of vehicles, essentially?
Yeah, I mean...
And you think public transportation is going to be gone?
I think public transportation will just be self-driving vehicles.
Like a self-driving bus?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think, pretty sure there are companies working out there to make like big, like large fleet types of vehicles.
Okay.
I mean, imagine how great that would be. Like, you just have these automatic vehicles that are now more reliable and more on time because they run strictly on like on like a full autonomy, like so they have like a full schedule there.
I mean, like, I'm gonna disagree there because like when I think of why the New York City subway is so delayed, I don't think it's really like the drivers that's making it late. I think it's just the people. Like the amount of time people shove those doors open again over time is going to cause lateness. I think it's just the people that can cause these delays. Once you cause the chaos and delay the schedule by shoving the doors open when we're supposed to already leave, or like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if like having an automatic driver is going to solve that.
That's true. I'm sure they're going to find a way. By the way, we're coming up. These are our 2 offices. Sanat used to work on this left building here, and I used to work in this right building here, the Cal Edison. And it was a super weird coincidence because we did not plan this at all.
Yeah.
After we got married, we got our first jobs out of college, and it just ended up being in the exact same building across from each other. Well, Sanat wasn't working there.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I was doing consulting at that time, so like I just traveled 4 days a week, and on Fridays I was like, there's no way I'm going to any office.
Yeah. So
I was there maybe like 4 times total.
And we just passed the Sky Tower with the Sky Building, with the 3-floor slide. Dude,
all these one-ways confuse me, man.
Yeah.
Driving in downtown is really horrible, these one-ways, because I'm like, like I can like cross all the way to the left side of the street.
Yeah, we're taking a left here, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a straight only lane. Yeah, there's a lot of like.
Oh my gosh.
Straight only lanes, left only lanes.
We don't even know what's going on, man. Oh my god. Please. Actually, fun fact: the second time I ever drove in my life, like I was practicing driving with my. Oh, that person on the street on a left only.
Yeah.
Anyways, the second time I ever drove in my life, like when I was still practicing and learning how to drive, was in New York City. My dad was just like, "Hello. You're gonna drive today."
Oh, that's tough.
And I was like, what the... Like, I was so traumatized.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Just trauma. The bad kind of trauma. You know, there's good trauma in life. This was bad trauma.
How was it? Did you learn how to drive in New York?
It was bad trauma. So, by default, if it was bad trauma, it was a bad time.
Okay.
I think I learned road rage that day, actually. I have bad road rage, and I definitely learned it that day. That's what developed it, I think.
Yeah.
So... I guess you could say it was a learning experience in a way.
We just passed a restaurant called Public School, and I was so confused when I first saw it because I was like, they put a public school right in the middle of downtown and they named it Public School? But it's like the name of like this restaurant bar, and I was like, wow, okay. I have a lot of learning to do.
My elementary schools back home were literally called like Public School number 16. Public School.
I thought that was
12.
so funny when I found that out. Like she went to like a school that just had a number. I was like, "Did you grow up in Soviet Russia or something?" Or
what?
It was like, I don't know. It just sounds so cold. Our last stop on this trip in downtown Los Angeles is the Staples Center.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles. The Staples Center, that's where the Lakers play. I think it's where the Clippers play too. Everyone's heard of the Staples Center.
Yes. You know, basketball is a sport.
I think it's more than basketball, right? Don't they do other stuff? I don't know.
Concerts?
Yeah, concerts maybe.
I couldn't tell you. All I know is sports. Sports.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that song by Lonely Island where it goes, "We love sports and we don't care who knows"?
No, I've never heard.
I have nothing else to add, but I think it's a funny song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lonely Island has that kind of funny humor that doesn't really tickle my.
It's okay. Just say you don't have a
senses.
sense of humor. You can just say it.
I'll admit my sense of humor is very avant-garde in a way.
I think you have a unique sense of humor for sure.
Yeah, I really relate to the movie Joker because when Joker would laugh in situations that are not meant to be laughed at, I'm like, I get you, because like I'll just start laughing in
That's
like a
the
very
only part though, right?
serious
Like
situation.
you don't relate to the psycho.
No,
tendencies?
not that part.
Just
not
checking.
too much. Not too much. No.
Just checking there, because you never know.
I've actually never been to the Staples Center, by the way.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, you haven't even seen it?
I've never seen it up close.
Wow. The Staples Center, the LA Convention Center,
Yeah.
totally dead right now. Literally nobody.
It's like freakishly dead. There's no one here.
Well, that's about all you have left to see in downtown.
Los
So,
Angeles.
I guess we'll wrap up here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you enjoyed downtown Los Angeles, as well as our little conversations about the future.
Yeah. All right. Peace and love as always, and we will see you next time.